What's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. So, Eagles get smashed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 32-9, man. Look, a lot of people were not surprised by the Eagles losing, considering they've just, lost 6 out of the last 7 games, including this past game. Just not good, right? And a lot of talk going into this game was head coach Nick Sirianni. Will he be replaced? Jeffrey Lurie, the chairman, CEO, basically the owner. I mean, he's the owner or majority owner. Makes quick decisions, man. I listen. One thing about the Philadelphia Eagles, win this championship today, and you're gone next year, right? Or they will flip this roster upside down immediately, right? They make big moves acquiring, and they make big moves letting go of players and coaching personnel. The coordinators that left the Eagles last year, that took jobs in Arizona and Indiana for the Colts. Man, talk about that was a key piece. That you can make the case that those are really the guys behind the success of the Eagles last year. So, coaching dilemma, right? In the NFC East. Who's going to keep their job? Will both coaches stay? Will Mike McCarthy, the Dallas Cowboys, stay, right? Last night's performance against the Green Bay Packers was just an absolute bloodbath. I mean, when that matchup happened, I still expected the Cowboys to win, but I expected the game to be fairly close, and then eventually the Cowboys will pull away or flip the score. The Cowboys dominate that game. Cool. Cowboys reestablish themselves once again, not losing at home. No, that game was close. Jordan Love is definitely, obviously, I mean, I don't want to hear more talks about Jordan Love, or at least from the media, how they were about him early on. I mean, just from my eye test, watching him play, even when he came for a game last year, I was like, that dude can play. Like, that's talent. Like, I listen, just off that one game, I'm like, I wish we had Jordan Love as a quarterback, right? Had his bumps in the road, but I mean, he's legit, and we shall see how this season, this postseason ends. I mean, the Packers mess around and find themselves in an NFC Championship game, right? Talk about a crazy turnaround after the Aaron Rodgers era, stepping into that one, right? So, but yeah, Mike McCarthy though, man, and Nick Sirianni, man, for Nick Sirianni, it's tough, man. But I mean, is Nick Sirianni really a good coach, though? Right? Like, how much X's and O's input does he really put in? I mean, most of the season, he looked pretty clueless on the sideline. I mean, no knock on him. Maybe he's finding ways to motivate guys behind the scenes in other ways. And maybe he's good at game management type stuff. But I don't know. For Mike McCarthy, I think that's a difficult one. I think it's easy to say Mike McCarthy can get fired. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to put this game on him. But I mean, Dak, I mean, I know he had 400 yards, but I mean, he threw 60 passes. He had some bad turnovers, man. Like a lot of the game can't be placed on Mike McCarthy's feet. He took over the play calling. They had one of the most high-powered offenses this year. I know they struggled against competition, but I mean, they finished 12-5. They win the division. You can't ask more of Mike McCarthy. The players got to step up, and that's particularly Dak Prescott, right? When your team is down early, put your team on your back, and be smart with the ball and try to lead your team. Be methodical. Audible some run plays in there if he can do that instead of going for 60 passes. I mean, it'd be. I feel like the Cowboys are better off with keeping Mike McCarthy, just because Mike McCarthy had a lot of input in the schematics of the offense. Right? What is Nick Sirianni really good at? Nobody really knows. Like, if Mike McCarthy got fired today, he probably can get a job faster than Nick Sirianni. If Nick Sirianni got fired today, who's going to hire Nick Sirianni as a head coach? Right? It was an odd hire that Sirianni got the job and he went in Philadelphia. So it is what it is, right? Came out of nowhere. Okay, cool. It's cool that new coaches come out of nowhere, that we get new coaches in the coaching cycle. But is Nick Sirianni one of those coaches that if he's fired today, is Philadelphia taking a step back, right? Now, I hear rumblings about Bill Belichick coming to Philadelphia. That, to me, man, that's just a terrible idea. I heard that he interviewed or at least spoke with the owner in Atlanta. I mean, Bill Belichick's a defensive guy. The NFL is going in an offensive direction. If you have a strong-minded defensive coach, you have to be paired up with a good quarterback, right? Like a D'Amico Ryan with C.J. Stroud right now. Right, you see Sean McDermott in Buffalo with Josh Allen, right? You got guys that are defensive minded as a head coach, but it helps when your quarterback is pretty damn good and can run the offense and you can focus on the defense, right? So, but yeah, I think that'd be crazy if Nick Sirianni gets fired. But I mean, the way the Eagles have looked all year, especially for the remaining half of the season, has been absolutely bad. And the Eagles, their front office, they don't play. They make these quick moves. So is Nick Sirianni, is his job safe after tonight, especially how they looked against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I got to say his job isn't safe. Now, maybe he'll stay cool. Maybe he might get that one more year. If he does get one more year and they do not turn this around and make a win a playoff game next season, he's definitely fired. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's the coach to get fired before Mike McCarthy. So let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Thanks for listening, guys. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.